Hi everyone, and welcome to this video by Imperial Wealth. My name is Nat, and today we're looking at everything you need to get started with Metamask. We're going to cover what Metamask is, how to install it and create backups, how to link the Metamask wallet to different blockchain networks, and finally how to send and receive cryptocurrency and tokens from the wallet. If you want to find out how to do that, stick around and we'll show you right now. So first of all, what is Metamask? Simply put, it is a browser extension for your internet browser that acts as a cryptocurrency wallet. It is one of the slightly more risky ways of storing cryptocurrency, so I would advise against storing large amounts of your crypto in the Metamask wallet. That's because it is known as a hot wallet, and internet browsers and extensions have a lower level of security compared to some of the other ways of storing cryptocurrency, like offline cold storage with the Ledger devices, which is a hardware wallet, or some of the desktop applications like the Exodus wallet and the Atomic wallet, which are known to be more secure. Now, Metamask was originally designed to be used on the Ethereum blockchain, and people mainly used it to interact with decentralized applications known as dApps, and also with DeFi applications, and it's now used on a host of other blockchain networks, and it's used for storing NFTs, buying and selling NFTs, doing swaps on decentralized exchanges, and a host of other things. Now we're going to install Metamask on the Firefox browser because I've already installed it on my Chrome and Brave browsers, so I wanted to show you how to do it from scratch. First of all, we're going to go to metamask.io and we are going to select download. I do like the cheeky little 1 ETH equals 300,000 USD that they've got on their main screen. A nice little hope for the future there. This will take you to the Firefox browser's add-on screen, and we're going to add to Firefox. Firefox will then give you this little warning dialog box, and you might get a similar pop-up in any of the other major browsers. I'm just going to select Add. It's going to say Metamask was added, and now we're going to go through the steps of setting up a fresh wallet. So I'm going to click Get Started. You can now choose whether to send non-private information, so just usage information in Metamask, for the reasons of upgrading it and making it better in the future. This will never ever take anything like any of your information inside your wallet. It's just usage statistics, so I select I agree. Now, if you want to restore a previous Metamask installation, you can import the secret phrase, or if you want to set one up from scratch, we can select Create a Wallet. Here we're going to select a local password. Make sure you keep a record of this somewhere. Now, Metamask have provided a little video about how secret recovery phrases work, but basically when I click Next, it's going to give me a 12-word phrase, and that's your master key. Now, this is extremely important. If you accidentally uninstall the Metamask extension or Firefox and you have not written down your 12-word recovery phrase, you will lose the funds in your Metamask wallet forever. So this is very important that you take down this 12-word phrase and store it in at least 2 locations. Now, when I click here, it's going to give me my 12-word phrase. I'm going to write this down on a piece of paper, probably make a copy of it and keep it in 2 separate locations. I would highly advise not to keep this phrase stored anywhere on your computer in a file, on a hard drive or anything like that, unless you're storing it offline. Because if someone gets onto your computer and if it's not password protected and they find those 12 words, they can actually take all of the funds in that particular wallet. It's then going to prompt you to pop your 12 words in the right order. And if you do that successfully, it will give you a congratulations screen with a few tips on storing your keys safely. And when you're ready, select All Done. So now that we have the Metamask extension installed right up here, we're going to now connect it to a decentralized exchange. So if we had funds in this wallet, This is how we would use it with a decentralized exchange, which is a form of dApp. Now let's launch the app here on the Uniswap, which is one of the main decentralized exchanges on the Ethereum blockchain. And then it's going to show you up here, connect your wallet. So I'm going to click connect wallet, and it's going to ask me what kind of wallet am I using. I'm going to select Metamask, and it's then going to prompt me it says, do you want Metamask to connect with this application? Now, applications will always ask you, this is a security feature built into Metamask. You have to physically click on this and say, yes, connect, and then you will be able to interact. So if I had some Ethereum tokens in my Metamask, I could then swap those for USDT. I could swap half an Ethereum, and then it would show me how much USDT I would currently get for that, and I could interact. Now, because I have no balance, it says insufficient ETH balance. Now, next, I'm going to show you how you can add any of the other blockchains such as Polygon or Solana, and there's many of them to your wallet. To do this, we are going to visit a website called chainlist.org, which you can see right here. This will allow you to add any of the main blockchains to your MetaMask wallet with a simple click. One of the other main blockchain networks that is utilized through MetaMask with a dApp ecosystem is the Binance Smart Chain. So if I click Connect Wallet, it's then going to prompt me, and I'm going to go next and follow these prompts. It is then going to set up the Binance Smart Chain. Let's do AVAX, the Avalanche network, while we're here. And I've switched network as well. Now let's do Polygon. And one that I really like to use, the Phantom network, Phantom Opera, which is the name of their main net. So now when we click on the MetaMask wallet, it shows us here on this little box that we are on the Phantom Opera mainnet. So if you want to switch back to Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain, we just simply click on here and it shows us now what we have available. Ethereum, Phantom, Polygon, Avalanche. Now for some reason the Binance Smart Chain didn't work, so let me do that again. Approve and switch network. Let's have a look now. There we are. We have the Binance Smart Chain. So that's a really quick and easy way to switch between networks and to add new networks to your MetaMask wallet. Now, finally, I'm going to show you how to send and receive tokens from your MetaMask wallet. So I have MetaMask installed on Chrome here, and I have a small balance of Phantom in my MetaMask wallet here. So I'm going to send some Phantom from this wallet to my MetaMask here. Now we could be doing this from an exchange, so we could have Phantom on the Binance exchange and we can be sending this to our wallet. So all we're going to do, I'm going to first of all switch to the Phantom network. So make sure that you match the networks up, because if you try and send, let's say, wrapped Ethereum from the Binance Smart Chain over to the Phantom network, it will not work and you may lose your tokens. You always have to match up the network. So now that we are on the Phantom Opera network, I'm going to copy this by clicking right here. By clicking that, it's going to copy your Phantom address. And now I'm going to go over to my other wallet here, and then I'm going to select send. Now when I select send, it's going to ask me, where do I want to send it to? So I'm going to paste that address, and I'm going to send 5 Phantom tokens over here. It's going to prompt me. It's going to tell me how much that's going to cost me. The fee, the gas fee, that's less than 1 cent. That's great because Phantom is a cheap blockchain network to send, receive transactions. I'm going to confirm that. Make sure you be very careful when doing this on the Ethereum network, because the fees can get as high as hundreds of dollars if the network is congested. So make sure you always check, and it should tell you on Ethereum how high the fee will be. So let's have a look. We should get a little prompt over here, and it should be quite fast, probably under a minute or two, for us to receive those Phantom tokens in this address. So there we go. We've received those 5 Phantom tokens, and we can also send and receive any token that is on the Phantom network. So you'll see in my other wallet, I have some tokens called Spirit Swap, which is a decentralized exchange on the Phantom Opera network. So I can actually send some of those if I like. Click send to the same address. I'm just going to paste that same address, and I'm going to send 100 Spirit tokens to that address. It's going to tell me what the fee is in Phantom, and I'm going to click confirm on that. Now the native token for each blockchain, which in this instance is Phantom, on the Ethereum network, it will be Ether, it will show up here. But you will have tokens on that network, and you'll see that it says, if you don't see your tokens, import the tokens here. I can do that by using one of my favorite tools called CoinGecko, and I simply search for Spirit Swap right here. This is the token, and then you'll see here on the right hand side it says information and contract. There is a token, and that little symbol there is the Phantom Opera symbol. I just know that because I've been using it quite a lot. I'm going to copy the main address of that token, and then over here I'm going to then import tokens and paste that contract address. Now these should auto populate. There we go. It's Spirit, and it's 18 decimal places, and I'll add the custom token. And it says that I've already got a balance of 100 Spirit tokens. So there we go. Now, if I was taking some Phantom off an exchange, or if I was on Binance Smart Chain and I was taking the Binance coin off an exchange and sending it to this wallet, I'd simply copy that address and send it to that address. Once you have finished using your wallet, always make sure you click on this icon here and select lock. Then it will need the password that you selected when installing to get back into the wallet. This is an extra layer of security, and that just helps you stop getting your wallet hacked. Locking your Metamask wallet is a really good best practice, because if somebody broke into your house or you were having a party with people you don't trust, and someone happened to wander over to your computer and notice that you had Metamask and they knew about cryptocurrency, they could easily click on that. And if it was not locked, they could just basically drain your Metamask of your funds or your hard-earned NFTs. So that is a basic introduction to Metamask, how to use Metamask, how to add different blockchain networks to your Metamask, and how to send and receive cryptocurrencies and tokens. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, make sure you do subscribe to our channel. And if you are interested in mining cryptocurrencies or learning how to trade cryptocurrencies, make sure you check the links in our description for further information. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.